What's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that it's been like 2 to 3 weeks since I posted something, but a lot has happened in the past couple of weeks. So as you can see, we're not living in an RV anymore, which is, to be honest, amazing. I'm pretty much done with that, and I'm never living in less than 200 square feet ever again in my entire life. We have left Austin and we are back in Katy, which is a suburb of Houston, and we'll probably be here for quite a bit of time. So Austin was great, living there was awesome, I really enjoyed it, but once the summer hit, it was just like way too crowded and way too hot, and all of the rivers and lakes and everything just like dried up and got really disgusting. So, which brings me into what this whole video is about. So we did 9 months of RV living. So we literally lived in a 27-foot, I think, RV, which is about 200 square feet for 9 months. Me, my husband, and our dog. I'm just kind of here to answer everyone's questions because I've been getting a lot of questions about how we did it, why we did it, how we felt about it, and if it like had any issues in our relationship and all of that. And I just thought that I would share with you guys what our experience was like living in an RV. You have to definitely be a certain type of person to be able to do those type of things. So yeah, so let me go ahead and get into it. The first question that we get from people is the obvious one, is why we ended up doing this. We did this for quite a few different reasons. So one was that we really were looking for a job outside of the country, and we didn't know when I was going to be able to find a job outside the country. And we also at the same time wanted to move to Austin. So, but we didn't want to be tied into a lease. So all of your RV resorts and your RV locations for you to set up and hook up your RV are usually month to month. So we thought this would be a great idea. Secondly, we wanted to save money. Obviously, renting an apartment in Austin is much more expensive than renting a RV spot. So that was another reason. And then 3 was because we wanted to cut a lot of ties to our materialistic items. This way we wouldn't be tied to a bunch of junk, literally. So we had to get rid of a lot of things whenever we first moved into our RV, and then throughout the time of us actually living in the RV, we realized that we didn't need a lot of the stuff that we actually had. It also kept us from buying a lot of things, which goes hand in hand with saving money, because whenever you don't have room to put anything, you can't buy anything. So definitely kind of worked out in that way. It was an interesting experience for sure. The next question that is frequently asked is how much was our rent each month? So normally in different cities, rent for spots are usually less than like $500, but in Austin, it's definitely a lot more expensive. Rent for an RV spot is basically the same price as a small like studio apartment in Houston. So we ended up paying like $750 to $720 every single month, and our lot was actually $650. We had a larger size lot, so we could have like a tree and like extra room in between our neighbors. So we did pay a little bit more. I think it was like an extra like $100 to be in the spot. Pretty sure our electric bill was like $30 to $50 depending on the season, and then our water was like $5 or $10, and then our gas just depended on how much gas that we used out of our propane tank, because we would just have to go and fill up our propane tank ourselves. So we really didn't use a lot of water. I mean, our costs were pretty cheap, but of course they like tack on a bunch of fees for like garbage and like cleanup and like all of this other random ass shit. So slightly affordable, but could be more affordable in another place. Doing it in Austin was definitely more expensive than doing it in a different city. The next question, this is the question that I got the most people asking me about, and it was, how did you and your husband coexist in such a small space? Because people were like, oh, if I lived in that small of a space with my husband or my significant other, I would literally go crazy. And I don't know, we didn't really have that many issues, because if there was an issue, you would know that there was an issue, because we're literally like the size of this bathroom was like the size of our trailer. So to be honest, it felt pretty spacious in there because we had cut out a wall. So I mean, if he was upset with me or I was upset with him, I would be like on one side of the room and then he would be like on the booth seat for the kitchen or something. And I think because we have such great communication with each other that we were able to talk about our issues and talk about our problems without it blowing up into a giant argument. And plus, you don't really have any doors that you can slam, or you can't punch a wall or something like that because you're gonna break it. It's literally like break the whole trailer, so it's just not even worth it. And then if I was really mad, I would like go for a walk around the neighborhood or something like that. But to be honest, I think that this experience actually strengthened our relationship because he knew my poop schedule, I knew his poop schedule, you know. It was just basically made us realize, like, if we can live in this small of a space together, then we can live literally anywhere. So that was actually really nice. I do recommend it. Couples therapy type of living. So yeah, you can really tell if you love your significant other by living in a tiny space like that. It's actually really weird being in such a large area. One of the last questions that I get asked very frequently is if we felt like we were super cramped or like claustrophobic, I guess. To be honest, after like the first couple of months, it just became normal. Like we just adapted to living in that type of environment. And I actually liked it because it was our own space and we could do whatever we wanted to it. It's also really nice to literally clean within like 30 minutes our entire house, which was super nice. So no, I didn't really feel cramped, except for in the end, the organization did start to get a little out of hand because I started buying things that I probably shouldn't have been buying. So like more clothes and stuff, which was my only issue was that I think I might have had just like way too much clothes and it was hard to find stuff that I already had. So I would go and like buy it again because I couldn't find it anywhere. So I would go and buy more things and then it would just pile up. I would just keep getting like more and more things. So yeah, organization, we probably could have been better at organizing things, but it got to the point where we were like, oh, we're about to leave soon. There's no point of us getting new types of organization and stuff. So I did have like one of those storage things, like storage square things. I'll put up a picture in my closet. Everything was just kind of like stuffed in there and there was nothing like hung up. And I really like to see all of my stuff hung up. So it did give me some anxiety to see those things. And then with me doing YouTube and all that, I started ordered a ring light. I ordered a new tripod, and then I'd get orders of bikinis in and different clothing in to do hauls with. And it just kind of like got overwhelming because there was so much shit everywhere. So the cool thing was whenever we moved back to Katy, basically all of our shit fit in a Yukon XL and a trunk of a Toyota Matrix. So that's pretty cool to see that you can fit everything that you own in such a small area. So I really thought that that was cool. So all in all, living in an RV wasn't terrible, but it definitely takes a certain type of person to do that because you definitely have to have a very open mind. You can't be super high maintenance. You can't want to buy everything that you see. Of course, things break. We were only there for 9 months, and I mean, this is a 2001 trailer, so you know, it is a bit old, but things were starting to break. So we were going and getting repairs done every like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. We had like a water leak, we had issues with our water heater, we had issues with our air conditioner, we had issues with our awning. It was just, everything just kind of started to happen around the time that we were getting ready to go. We were just like, okay, nothing happened for the next week so that we can get out of here. That was one of our biggest issues. You just have to be prepared for things to break because it's not meant to last. So yeah, I remember there were times where our fridge, you would open it, one of the shelves in the fridge would just fall like to the ground. Sometimes it was super frustrating, but you kind of just have to like laugh about it and laugh it off because this is what we chose and this is the stuff that's gonna happen. So it just, whatever. So if you have any more questions, guys, please leave them in the comment section below. I think that is it from me today. I'm gonna try and get back into this. We are going on a trip in exactly 1 week. We are doing a trek. So we are flying to Las Vegas, then we are going to we're going to Mexico City, then from Mexico City going to Cancun for like 3 or 4 days, and then Cancun to Tulum for 6 days, back to Cancun for 4 or 5 days, from Cancun to Costa Rica for 4 or 5 days, Costa Rica to Panama, Panama to Colombia, Colombia to Peru, and I think we're spending like a week in Peru. So if you have any suggestions or any fun ideas for us, please also leave those in the comments below. I'm planning on vlogging it and updating you guys as much as I possibly can or along the way, so whenever I come back, I'll have tons of content to put out for you guys. So I'm gonna be very busy for the next week trying to make a lot of videos to make up for all that time I'm gonna be gone. But yeah, I will try to be posting more frequently. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps support me. And if you like me, follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting most of my photos from my trip on there, and then on my story and all of that too. So I'll catch you guys next time.